to worship. A federal judge blocking the Kansas governor's order limiting church gatherings, saying that it violates freedom of religion.
This as a Kentucky church sues its governor for instructing police to ticket parishioners on Easter Sunday. Is it fair to ask Americans to put aside certain religious rights to protect public health?
John, walk with me, please. Walk with me, John. Now! Hey, John, please don't resist. You guys don't resist. This is an unlawful arrest. I have a First Amendment right. Listen. You do, right? But you're right. Okay, thank you. Here's someone facing ransom. Listen to me. At this point, the meeting is...
Hi, for those that don't know me, my name is Aurora Regino, and I am the mother that filed the lawsuit in federal court against Chico Unified for transitioning my daughter without my knowledge.
Senator Chris Trinkle, if you may come up, please. You state your name, sir, and your address.
Before my time starts, I want to just address the rules that you guys put forward. For instance, you said you can't criticize employees or anything like that. The Supreme Court ruled back in 1983 that any government public forum, which this is an official forum, anybody can say whatever they want. And that includes, and they specifically said this in the case, criticizing school district employees and the board. So by telling them you can't, you're violating all these people's First Amendment rights.
Sir?
No, all right, that's how it goes. So my name's Chris Trinkle. I live at 2019 Fairview Avenue. First, I want to talk about policy 2520 about the curriculum. I'm hoping it's just some oversight, but in there, according to Idaho law 33-512, one half of the curriculum committee has to be made up by parents, not a quarter. So you guys need to go back and check that. That's Idaho law. And then on top of that as well, you're striking out the part that says that you're not legally responsible for providing the materials and stuff like that. I like to point out also 33-512 section 3, you are legally to provide materials to the school children and the school boards. So why you guys are striking that out, I don't know, but you are legally responsible for it. It's Idaho statute. Now, to get on to the exciting part of 3280, I like to discuss, last time I came here as a parent, but I don't get afforded that right because people like to attack me and use my official position instead. So I'm here on my official position. You, under Idaho law, are required to maintain the morals and health of all the students. How can you do that when, like that little girl came up here and said, and you allow a male to use a female bathroom? You're going to put all of their moral health and safety at risk. And like I told you before, you will face litigation. You called that a threat. I'm telling you, that is what will happen. It's already happened in several states, and there's already been rulings on it. So before you waste taxpayer money, before you put a kid in harm's way, you better throw this policy out and not even consider. I've got the floor. Ms. Pacino, will you please listen to me?
Sir.
Yeah, you claim you want people to follow the rules, but you break the rules left and right. Last month, you allowed 2 people to speak.
We will recess this meeting right now.
Recess for 15 minutes.
You do not get to demand to follow the rules. Break them yourself.
We will recess for 15 minutes. I'm sorry, we have asked, you absolutely know the protocol.
You're not following protocol yourself.
Madam Chair, I move to adjourn.
Okay, I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Your people are speaking. He still has 37 minutes left.
Nick touches me like he's scared at any minute. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
Oh, boy. So I'm that kid's father.
Okay, good. I was asking for you.
Yeah, I'll take another 3 minutes. So that's my son.
Okay.
11 years old, and went to his library and found that by the entry door of our library, this is the smut that he is finding, all right? I don't care whether it's gay, straight, bisexual, whatever the terms are for all this stuff, doesn't need to be at our school. Doesn't need to be at my 11-year-old's library. And then as far as genderqueer, I've got a son in the high school as well. And this is bullshit. We know it, all right? We do not need to be having literature that's showing boys how to suck dick, all right? I'm very, very frustrated about it, okay? And you may think that schools know the best for our children. You know who know the best for our children? The parents. And if you remember this, I was here last year talking about masks, and I even offered you proper usage for a mask, and you said I was bullying. And you know what I would like to say to everybody right now? Where are we a year later, and what has changed why you don't wear your masks right now? So what has changed in the medical field that is showing you that you don't have to wear masks now? So like I said, listen to the parents. I can tell you right now, I don't work anymore, and I will be more than happy to focus my time and effort to the security of my child and children in this school, all right? I will be a thorn in your sides. So I just want you to be aware of what you've woken, okay? I'm sure that a lot of you guys are fine and great people and have nothing but the best intentions for our children.
The Loudoun County parents whose daughter was sexually assaulted inside of a school in 2021. In June of 2021, before the news about the two sexual assaults ever broke, Scott Smith was arrested during a school board meeting. Smith was convicted on 2 charges, disorderly conduct and obstruction of justice. One of those charges was dropped on appeal, and the other was set to go to trial in about 2 weeks until this morning, when Governor Glenn Youngkin announced on Fox News Sunday that he pardoned Smith.
Daughter had been sexually assaulted in the bathroom of a school, and no one was doing anything about it. And in fact, it took the election of a new governor, me, and my directive to our Attorney General, Jason Miyares, to investigate this.
We need to stand up for all of our rights. How are you have none? Stand up for our rights.
You do know that they are trying to replace you, right? They're going to replace you with the police force, right? You know that. This is our constitutional right. Do you agree that this is our constitutional right? But do you agree?
Is what we need to base our...
So you don't agree that it's a constitutional right?
We have to base education
So you don't agree it's our
the
constitutional right?
essentials. Math, science, English, and math.
What's going to happen?
I'm asking you to stand up for our rights and protect our rights.
It's your right, sir.
No, and I'm asking you very nicely to stand up for our rights.
You get Mike Chapman to tell us to leave if we walk out.
Let's call Mike.
If you do
Call
not
Mike
stand up,
Chapman.
Actually, I got his phone number.
Call Mike Chapman.
if you do not stand up,
Because this is not illegal. We just want to be heard.
There's attorneys in this room.
What is happening right now, where it's so on the social agenda. This is the beginning of what is happening in Russia, what is happening in Venezuela, what is happening in China, what is happening. You gotta understand as
You need to stand
Americans,
back. These
God
people are
bless
peacefully
America, and God bless the parents.
I think there's a way for us to continue this and still respect the officers, because we're not against officers. We support the police, and we don't want them to change the narrative and make us look like radicals just because we're using our First Amendment rights. So I'm asking everybody, why don't we continue this right up front? They cannot do anything to us out front, and we can still record with the news watching so the world can see them for their true colors, and we're trying to do the same.
Hey everybody, my name is Jerome.
My name is outside. You can assemble outside. Please make your way outside.
I can see her. You guys, I can see
You're fascist! You are fascist! And the county tax pays your salary. Shame on you.
And I'm trying to be quiet too. I can see you're upset. It's not just upset. You guys are infringing on people's First Amendment rights.
First off, what's your name?
John.
I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you, John. Can we talk? Can we just like go over here and talk?
I can talk to you right here in front of everything else here. These guys would love to hear you talk. Let's see how you guys justify taking people who came here with speaker slats so they could stand right here and press their First Amendment rights. I'm talking. I was supposed to stand right here, and so were 200 other people, and be able to share with these people why they care about this county and the morals that this county is actually going to support or not support. And they walked out.
That's right.
All these people were doing here was taking the time to be able to show and share, at least with their own people, why they're here. They have every right to do that and to press their rights and their regrets in terms of what's gone on in this county. And you guys are being a tool of that thing, all right? And as a result, you guys are actually supporting the suppression of people's rights.
John, are you refusing to leave at this time?
Yes, I'm refusing to leave.
Deputies, please arrest this individual for trespassing. Listen, John, put your hands behind your back for me. Come on. Please, thank you.
Based on what transaction? What did I do wrong?
Just put your hands behind your back for me, sir, please.
What? You tell me what I did wrong.
Came forward saying her son was questioned by detectives who were investigating sexual misconduct by a staff member here. Neither Jefferson Public Schools nor Lakewood Police confirmed to us the incident in question. That's important. You'll see why here in the story. Meanwhile, the mother says she's heard enough.
Evening. So I'm Jay McDonald. I'm here to talk about diversity, inclusion, and equity. So we hear so much about diversity, inclusion, and equity, and how it's one of the main thrusts, main objectives of the school board and the school district. We don't often see specific examples of what diversity, inclusion, and equity looks like, though. So today I brought an excellent representation. This is like the archetype of diversity, inclusion, and equity material that it's one of the books that was just recently purchased for our libraries. It's in Romig and Bartlett. It's called Let's Talk About It by Erica Moen. So it's got one of the chapters in here is about sexting. And I'll just read some of the text here. So before you start sending your naughty masterpieces around the world, take some time to get friendly with photo editing software and apps. Digital photos are permanent and impossible to retract once they're out there. So keep your recognizable features out of them before you share them. This is a book for kids. Don't forget to crop out your face, hide your birthmarks and scars, and edit out your piercings and tattoos. And don't forget to tell your sweetie how hot they look. Let them know you appreciate the little gift they've sent you.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes?
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt you at this point. It sounds like you have a concern about a book. I'd be glad to connect you to the superintendent and their team to go through the appropriate process.
I'd appreciate if you don't interrupt my time.
Mr. McDonald, I've asked you to defer to the superintendent and their team if you have a concern about a book. We have a procedure and a process and a team ready to assist you if you'd like.
Mr. President, I don't think he's violated any rules. I mean, he hasn't used pornography. I mean, he hasn't shown any pornography. He hasn't shown any bad words, offensive words.
Mr. Donnelly, you can overrule the ruling of the chair if you'd like. It's my determination that we should ask Mr. McDonald to go through the appropriate process.
Well, I understand suggesting that to him, and I think that's fine, but I don't think he's said anything that would cause us to cut off his testimony at this point.
I think we have a past precedent in this boardroom which would support my ruling. You're welcome, and I support your right to appeal the ruling of the chair, sir.
Well, yeah, I would appeal the ruling of the chair based on that. I haven't heard anything that specifically violated our current rules for public testimony.
Understood. Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. I don't believe there's a debate, so we would go straight to a vote whether we're going to uphold the ruling of the chair. Ms. Foster, can we have a vote? A yes vote would be.
You're in the wrong, but that's okay. I don't hate any one of you.
Outside the Church of God in Elmer, more than 100 congregants watch as police arrive with a locksmith to put locks on their place of worship so no one can go inside. part of the sentence handed down by a judge after the church and its leaders were found in contempt of court for repeatedly breaching provincial COVID-19 legislation.
Unfortunately, right now, our government is allowing the health officials to push the judges to make criminals out of law-abiding citizens.
Late last month, Justice Bruce Thomas found the church in contempt for a service held on April 25th, when Pastor Henry Hildebrandt openly and flagrantly conducted a live stream service, which included more than 100 unmasked congregants. The judge said an aggravating factor was even after the finding of contempt, the church continued to hold in-person Sunday services. On May the 2nd, police observed 166 people entering the church, and 1 week later, more than 200 people were seen going inside. Government regulations allow for a religious gathering limit of 10.
The attack on the Church of God in Elmer has nothing to do with a virus. Nothing.
It's painful to watch. Oh, so large. Down. Sheriff boat. This might be our first, could this be the first arrest made for surfing? Documented in history? Look at, now he's trying to bone, dude. High-speed pursuit. High-speed pursuit! Run! What is he trying to do? Oh, man. You can't even make this up. I love this place. Yo, it's like O.J. Simpson. Look at him. It's a highway pursuit. It's a stand-up paddle pursuit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You gotta be kidding me. Uh-oh, here we go. Foot patrol. Foot patrol. They're gonna lose him in the pilings. Look how far you're gonna hit the pier. He's gonna crash. He's gonna crash in the pier. You're going too fast, bro. Slow down. Oh my God. It's too much, dude. Look at these guys here. They got the evidence. Foot pursuit. Where's he going, dude? He's gonna commit suicide. He's just gonna go and crash into the piling. Oh yeah, they sent out the drones. Uh-oh, here they go. This is great, the first ever. Oh, he faked him out. Now he's going back out to sea. Did the old switcheroo. Oh my God. This guy really did Laird. Killing me. Uh-oh, he's screwed. Now he's got this guy. This guy's coming in. Let's see the highway pursuit. Oh my God, look at this. You cut him off. Throw the tacks down. Pop the tires. Oh my God.
Why are you punching? Wait a second.
Video taken Tuesday evening near Gettysburg and Peach shows Clovis police holding a man on the ground and hitting him repeatedly.
I don't understand why he was punching her.
Several people stopped to film the incident, saying online.
So they're speaking over there, and I'm not sure what they're saying, but okay, you guys stay here, okay? Stay here, please. Just stay right there. No, please stay over there. We're not 6 feet away, guys. They're not 6 feet away from us.
Hey, it doesn't make sense to me. Whoever wants to talk, this is the parks guy. He can tell you exactly what you can and can't do. I will tell you, the playground is closed. We told you. Okay? Are you talking to this gentleman? Oh, man.
Well, he's not, so he might be the park director, though, but he's not going to cite us, and he's not going to arrest us.
But you can ask me to cite for. Okay, so what are you citing for? Trespassing. Ma'am, I've already told you to exit the park. You need to exit the playground. I'm not telling you again.
Yeah. Okay, I'm walking.
Okay, keep walking.
Yeah.
Am I being arrested or detained? Am I arrested or detained? Someone call Idaho Freedom Foundation right now and get them on the phone.
Call now. I'm recording.
I'm recording too.
Okay. Can you call?
Yeah.
Her kids are here. Her kids are here. What is going to happen? Who's got her kids?
This makes no sense.
Where are your kids? This is so wrong.
So we can congregate in the grass, but the kids can't play on the playground? As a person, does this make sense to you? As a person, not as a police officer, as a person, does this make sense to you? The death rate is 0.1%. It's the flu.
Taxpayer money! Taxpayer money! Dude, you guys don't know the lockdown's over!
What you're doing is illegal!
Sarah is being arrested because
This is America. You need to let her go, or you're gonna be.
Oh man, who do I gotta talk to? Simpson?
The mayor?
Oh, that guy's a hater!
hey, just like person to person, can I ask a question? Okay.
You need to release her. What you're doing is illegal.
Who's the arrest? Did she just call Tim?
I don't know. I don't know.
Her husband's police, right? No. I know her though.
Hey, you know what? If she's one person's mom, she's all our mom.
My kids are playing on the park playground.
You will still have the right to
Yeah,
stop
grab
us
them all.
anytime. You also have the right
German Stasi! Stasi!
It's for your safety.
For
That's
your
what
health
the
and safety.
Nazis
The
said.
Constitution has been suspended. Stasi! Führer!
I'm not waiting.
Stasi! Who's the Führer? Who's your Führer? Who's your Führer? Simpson! Who's the Führer? Heil! Robert Simpson! Heil, little! Heil! Who's your Führer?
You tried to work with me and tell me that the parks are closed and you're under a governor's order.
I didn't say I'm going to. I told you to leave the park because the city.
This is America. You have the right to remain lazy, lethargic, inside of your home. This is America. You have the right to watch as much Netflix as you possibly can in one night. The Constitution. You have the right to Uber Eats. You made an oath. Both of you made an oath. You have the right, oath keeper. You have the right to go to Walmart or not the park. Keeper. Are you an oath keeper? Did you swear on the Constitution? Did you take an oath? Did you take an oath? Did you take an oath?
She has handcuffs on right now. She is a mother who is standing
You
at a
have the right
playground
to sit
and
by
they put
yourself and complete loneliness and solitude. Do not, I repeat, do not gather with the people in your community and build good bonds.
So Sarah's kids are hanging out in the park right now.
For trespassing? What about all of us? Are you going to arrest every single one of us? Why is she the only one? What's that? Why would everybody get in line? Everybody get in line and put your hands behind your back.
The Constitution has been suspended. Right here. In Meridian, Idaho.
No, he was a nice one. Yeah, that was.
Hey, so just kind of person to person, I mean, do you think that it makes sense to close the park down when, you know, people are going to the grocery store, they're touching everything?
It's not for me to say, man.
Okay, I just wanted
I'm a law
to...
enforcement officer, I'm not a government official as far as a lawmaker.
Oh, I get that, but I'm, you know, and I'm not
They're
asking
the
you as a
ones that-
police officer, I'm just asking you like as a person, you know?
I have my personal opinions and I gotta keep those to myself when I'm on duty, so.
Okay.
My job is to
If we
enforce
can just
the law,
stall there,
and if the park is
husband's on
closed,
his way.
that
We
means
just need
it's,
to stall.
the
This is
playground is
fast.
closed,
Yeah.
it means it's closed.
Okay.
And I have
Do you
to
think
enforce
that?
And
Do
it can be closed for any reason.
Do you think that there's like a limit at which you decide in your, you know, within yourself, within your spirit, where you're like, I just can't get on board with this. Like I can't agree with the way that our government and our elected leaders, whatever,
And
our
so that's a
authorities are
great-
telling us.
Great question. The thing is, when I put on the badge or put on the uniform, I have to take all of my, I got to take a lot of my beliefs, personal beliefs and things, and I kind of got to set those aside, and I've got to enforce the law. Whether I agree with that law or not, I have to enforce that.
What was she doing?
So,
Trespassing.
So what I'm saying, so it doesn't matter what that law would be, you would enforce it. You don't have your own personal morality that would.
As long as it doesn't interfere with the Constitution. And this has,
So
I know
do you-
people were yelling constitutional things, but this has nothing to do with the Constitution.
It's because it's against it.
Okay.
This is against it.
There are limits to freedom of speech. There's limits to the Second Amendment.
But we're not hurting anybody.
I know that.
Well, then what's the
Who
limit?
says you have to be hurting anybody?
What's the limit?
Depends on from place to place. I'm not going to get the theoretical thing about what is the limit.
You said the limit. I feel like it's fair.
The Constitution doesn't necessarily apply when it comes to a city. It's a city-owned property. They can close it for any reason they need to, and they have closed it.
You can't close the Constitution.
It's not a constitutional thing. You can argue with me all day long, but I make no decision with this.
You just said you would uphold the Constitution, but you won't.
Yes, sir, I do know my oath. I do, and I am following my oath right now. Can you recite it? No.
Oh, okay.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, yeah. That means you don't know it then.
Remember a lot of stuff too.
That means you don't know it. You should recite that before, think about that before you come out here trying to arrest people.
Wow. So sorry.
25 people walked through the doors here at Maryville Baptist Church for Wednesday night's Bible study, even though they had the option to listen to the message from the parking lot.
Amen. All right, let's do one more. We're going to sing this one a cappella. You help me, page number 342.
Music sounded in a mostly empty parking lot Wednesday night at Maryville Baptist Church.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Members of the congregation could be seen either walking to the church or being dropped off for a weekly Bible study. The attorney representing this church, pastor, and a couple of members says he's filing a lawsuit on their behalves this week after several of those who showed up for Easter Sunday service got a letter in the mail ordering them to self-quarantine.
This is outrageous discriminatory action by the governor that's not designed to protect the health and welfare of anyone. It is arbitrary. It's unconstitutional.
Wednesday, we learned that 3 other members of the Bullitt County Church have filed a federal lawsuit alleging Governor Andy Beshear's COVID-19 measures violate their constitutional rights. The governor addressed the lawsuits by saying,
here in Kentucky, there are so many different ways to worship, and all but one church in this Commonwealth are engaged in them. You can do it virtually, and you can do it in a drive-in service.
A letter sent to church members by health officials says failure to comply with self-quarantine requests could result in additional actions. However, those additional actions have not been addressed.
Convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. Just like you worried, they'll change their group of friends. You won't approve of where they go at night to protests. Oh, and you'll be disgusted so gross when they start finding things online that you've kept far from their sight. I will convert your children. We're coming for them.
Understand it is graphic. And yes, there was a mistake made. The paper should have gone home. Okay? But there was comment that we're having dictating, schools dictating what's doing. These people will be dictating what you can and cannot read and what my kids cannot read. That's and my time is up. Sorry.
Sir, you're right.
That's fine, no matter what. The whole thing is that this is ridiculous. Please, sir, that's fine. Please, sir. It's absurd. Why don't you have me arrested? Why don't we do that as a civics lesson? Nice First Amendment lesson, right?
Please.
It's absurd, but everybody's playing around about what the content of this is. Nobody's talking about censoring the book. Nobody's talking about banning the book or burning the book or anything.
Would you please be respectful of the other people here?
You're respectful of my daughter, right, and my children. That you had that you put this book out with the why don't we read the notice that was put out?
Right, we asked you. Would anyone else like to speak?
Because I violated 2-minute rule.
Would anyone else like to be recognized? There's somebody in the back.
This is ridiculous. This is the civics lesson.
2 people in the back who would like to speak. I think the lady behind you in the purple raised her hand.
I guess we have to arrest her.
Any last setting for your children? Can you? I don't think we can.
My name is Gail Front, and I'm a resident of Guilford.
I'm sorry.
Gail Front.
Thank you.
Can you state traffic, please?
Whitebird Slash.
Thank you.
They just keep coming.
Go inside! Get inside! Get inside! Get inside! Get in your house now! Let's go!
Get in, get in, get in. Get in.
Oh, God, that hurt. You good?
Are you okay?
Right on the fucking crotch.
Are you okay? You got hit?
I'm good. They're fucked for that, dude. What?
Okay.
Our community is struggling. My husband is on unemployment for the first time in our life. And it's unwillingly that we're taking unemployment. We want to go back to work. We have bills to pay. Somehow your field trip to the Capitol was canceled, and you came anyways.
It's time for our state to be opened up. We're tired of not being able to buy the things that we need, go to the hairdressers, get our hair done. It's time to open up.
I know that people are angry.
So, weaponization of the Department of Justice. This phrase, the weaponization of government, is something that has been overly used and repeated by my Republican colleagues. They use it as a war cry, a battle call, to justify dismantling federal agencies and the purging of thousands of hardworking, dedicated federal servants who swore an oath to protect the Constitution and the rule of law. If the purpose of this hearing today is to examine and expose the weaponization of government, specifically the weaponization of Department of Justice, then it is essential that we understand what exactly weaponization means. Fortunately, history is kind to us. Last Congress, the House Judiciary Committee held numerous hearings on this notion of weaponization. And in those hearings, Republicans described weaponization as, quote, corruption, quote, government abuse and political treachery, having the government act, quote, against people who were innocent and did nothing wrong, quote, targeting people of one political persuasion.
Oh, there's more. Look at this. They just keep coming.
Oh, go inside! Get inside! Get inside! Get inside! Get in your house now! Let's go! Light him up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. Get in.
Oh, God, that hurt. You good?
Are you okay?
Right on the fucking crotch.
Are you okay? You got hit?
I'm good. They're fucked for that, dude. What?
Okay.
Members of Congress. Article 1.
All right now. Okay. We're coming in. We're coming in. We're coming in. Don't lock the door. We're coming in. Who are you?
You're not coming in.
Who are you?
Who under whose
Who are
orders?
you? Who are you?
Who are you, sir?
Do you have business here?
We do. I've sent the assistant secretary a letter alerting her that we would be here today, and we've asked her for a meeting.
Yeah, I don't know that that's been accepted, so until that's
Wait a
accepted.
minute.
Who are you? And what do you do here?
What do you do here?
Security responsibility.
Get out of the way. We pay for your job. We pay you.
We're members
of Congress.
We're
members of Congress.
Nobody has accepted a meeting.
You are.
We haven't heard that from the secretary. We haven't heard that from the spokesman.
I'm relaying that.
You are not the spokesman for the department. You are a security guard.
Can you
Where's
your badge? Where's your badge? We don't have any identification. Where's your ID? Where's your ID?
We are not.
It's not good enough.
We are not a threat to security. We're members of Congress, and we want to ask a question.
We walk into the White House without having to go through magnetometers.
Can we get someone?
This is
is an outrage.
I'd like to speak with someone who works here.
So what are you going to do? You're going to beat us up if we go in?
I mean, you're going to,
We want you to
steamroll me
move
here?
out of the way.
We're not steamrolling you.
Get out of the way.
This says all access
Sure that
entrance.
we
So
can't.
Stand
what?
aside, sir.
We're
This
members
says
of
all
Congress.
access entrance.
Please stand aside, sir.
I'm not standing aside.
Why not?
Because my role is to make sure that.
What authority do you have to block members of Congress from the oversight? We don't have oversight responsibilities. By what authority can you deny members of Congress their oversight role?
You don't have a business reason to be here.
You do not have authority, sir. You do not have authority.
Access entrance.
There is no authority for you to deny members of Congress their oversight responsibility.
We're the
If you have an
appropriate.
appointment and you're on a guest list, we will let you in.
It's a
Sir, can I ask you a question? You have to be on a guest. Is what you're saying? Is what you're saying?
Or
that
you have to have an escort.
Let
Somebody
me ask
come
you a
down
question.
and
Can I ask my question? Are you telling me today that you have to be on a guest list in order to come to the Department of Education?
Either we are informed in advance if somebody's coming, or
94 members of Congress,
take you where you're going.
sir, 94 members of Congress signed a letter asking the acting secretary for a meeting and to answer a simple question. And she is apparently.
I'm not aware of the meeting.
So you have to be on a guest list to enter the Department of Education.
Members of Congress, we don't have to be on the guest list. On a list in advance to have access, or if you're coming, then you have to let us know who your escort is. I don't know.
That wasn't true last year. Did something change between last year?
That's always been the procedure.
No, it hasn't. I've walked into this building multiple times last year. I walked in. We were at least allowed to walk into that lobby, not stopped outside like this.
It's no difference. I mean, you'd be stopped at the visitor's desk.
We're
Okay,
trying
let's go.
to stop the
I'm doing that in advance.
No.
Why are you doing that?
We're allowed to go to the
We've
visitor's
got 100
desk.
people out here.
We're trying to
These
save
are members of Congress. These are
You
members
won't
of
have a
Congress.
job. We're trying to save your job. You won't have a job if we don't help you. You won't have any place to send your kids.